wants so desperately to give them an opening duel. Wants to be contributing in the early round as they trade flashes back and forth. Will he give them the extension? They're hoping for
it, but there's no vision on towards Banana. When does Sin shift back in? So he's anticipating that wrap, gambling over towards B. He's making a gamble, but now the smokes are coming through. The A players are calling. It's not B, it's not the fake. It's all the pressure on, so they're going to put the weight of the world on Slack's shoulders. He knows he has to adjust here. Wreck from the pit, trying to stay alive. He'll take out Crims out on the balcony. The first one found, looking for more damage, but it's not kills. Sin lines them up through the smoke. And he may not be in the church, but his prayers have been answered. Sin naded out of play. It falls to Lake. The man whose depths we were just extolling now can wash away this map, this series, can engulf it all. But 2 kills will be required. They'll both be bunched in towards the site. Here comes Lake, on into the fray. A headshot on the first, a pixel spot. He's got the one, looks for the second, knows where he is. Down to the duel, and Lake has done it! The new man! The replacement, the young, unproven talent will be the defining factor that puts M80 through to their first ever ESL Pro League playoffs.
It's him. It's him. It's Lake to finish the job, sneaking right under the crosshairs of Fnatic and locking in a playoff position. What an incredible way to close it. What an incredible story of resiliency for this M80 team, for Lake in this map. It's just such an impressive win, and they did it in the most difficult fashion you can imagine.
An absolute battle. Soldiers to the last. Resilience is the key, and Fnatic are going to be so gutted by this one because it was a test. It was a challenge every round battled for. So many rounds of Counter-Strike, even if this was just the 2-0. That number does not reflect the story of this matchup. It does not reflect the resilience of this Fnatic team. But at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is the dub, not how many rounds it takes to get there.
I mean, we highlighted it from this very moment, right? Lake has started off this series, such an important series, a playoff opportunity, down with a very tough first half. 5 kills locked in and stepping into overtimes, never gave up, never really stopped, and was able to consistently ramp up into a much more positive performance. And then he takes over on Inferno, a complete change of the tides as he found so much impact, so much success. And it's an incredible story. This is the one that saved them. It was Fnatic with an opportunity and Lake getting an ace as well in that E-box position. All 5 kills, so many moments for this new guy that you can be happy about. And again, it's just so fitting that it's the right decision. M80 feeling like they could have been down and out, especially after some big moves, and still coming out the better.
It's crazy to think that not 6 months ago, this guy was playing the finals of a Laundersland, right? Playing in a local NA tournament, and now here he is, confirming a spot off of a massive clutch into the ESL Pro League playoffs. The talent is there in North America. We just got to give them opportunities to emerge, and that's what M80 have done. They have put their faith, they have put their confidence in this young man, and he has rewarded them massively here.
Absolutely, and I mean, there's obviously a big difference in terms of teams that M80 had to take down in, you know, Pro League season 20 versus 19, right? You know, taking down G2 was so incredibly impressive. I think so impressive maybe that, again, G2 needed a piece of that pie. But making a playoff position and being able to at least increase your performance off the back of that run is what's most impressive about this victory.
And I mean, look, maybe Fnatic aren't the biggest name on paper right now, but we've seen their matchups. We saw what they did to Astralis. We saw what they did in this series. This is a strong squad. This is a squad with some resilience that's coming together. A squad where BlameF is looking a lot more active than we've seen in previous rosters as well, where he's gelling with the team, where Afro is looking on point with that AWP. We have some tremendous calls coming through from Body, some risky late round rotations, some last moments. This was a tough test to overcome. I mean, the round total is going to tell you they played a lot of Counter-Strike today to secure this playoff spot.
What are you talking about?
Easy 2-0, easy 2-0 in the bracket.
On the bottom of your screen right there, that's what happened.
That's the only thing that happened. I don't know if we have him on the number. I don't know who we have on the number. We got an Air Force Aim High player of the match. It could have been anyone. I'm hoping it's Lake. Let's see what we got. It's going to be late. There we go.
70
had to be.
And 70.
That's 2 maps.
And 2 maps.
2 maps.
That's 2 maps of play right there that he showed up consistently. And again, we'll take a look at that first half performance. 4 kills even heading into that second half. It was 4 kills deep into the second half even, and yet still he turned it around into a positive Anubis and even elevated his game on that second map of Inferno. I mean, there's just so much to be proud about with this guy.
It really is. And I mean, just the stamina in that situation, the high tension rounds, just to keep it going.
At every point as well.
Every round, even when he's having the bad map, even when he's having a tough first half, he's still the one who's getting loud, who's yelling, who's telling them they're only good on USPs, who's shouting every other moment, licking his fingers after getting the ecos. He's such an energy giver on that roster, sitting on the end. Now, okay, we've glazed him a lot here, and deservedly so. But let's share some of that glazing over, because Slack's tremendous series. Sin, some incredible calls coming through. Swisher, the big moments, and Wreck, the absolute king of Anubis, doing it again as well in big moments on Inferno to keep the flank open. Oh, and we got an interview with the man himself. Hey. We got Lake here. Dude, that was a few rounds of Counter-Strike, huh?
That was more than a few rounds of Counter-Strike. I have lost my voice. It is over for me.
Look, let's talk about it. You're a young guy, a new talent at this level of competition. You just made the jump over in the player break. I know you're a guy who really is up to any challenge from talking to you at events, but you started out that series cold on Anubis. You started out having a tough time that first half in the cave fight. You battle in, you take over in the overtime, you have the ace to send us to overtime, and then you dominate on Inferno. How do you keep that energy up through that whole series?
I'm gonna be honest, towards the end of the Anubis game, I was actually just so dead. Like, I was trying to drink water. I was hot. Everybody had to pee. Every single player was like, this is going to be a health emergency at this point. We have to go to the bathroom. That's why we had the tech pause.
Yeah.
But after the Anubis game, Mike was walking with me, and